The first thing I'd forgotten was my name. It just left me at some point or another. When I realized something was off, the rest of my memories were already following suit, all in gradual manner. I have no idea how long it's been since I last recalled anything but this facility, cut off from anything and anyone. It's impossible to give such a sense regardless. There is no concept of time in this place after all. A jolt of pain just my brain, traveling through my entire nervous system in an aftershock. My dried grunts sound muted, just like my slow breath, a heavy coat draped over my body's functions. Images I don't recognize crawl their way up from the depths of my consciousness, of battles I don't remember fighting, and of fears I can't recall dreading. Not to confuse this with a lucky revelation or sudden resurfacing of my previous self, before my memories went flying. I'm currently lying on an abnormally banal surgery table, and the operation I'm being subjected to is a far cry from something as innocent as an amputation, nor as fancy as a cyber implant surgery. Its purpose is not something that can be seen with the naked eye, as far as I can tell. Makes me wonder if the repeated times I've gone through it are what's causing my memory loss. I scan my left side. The stump of what used to be my left arm enters my sight. Unnaturally sharp and uneven bumps, bending the layers of bandages covering the appendage's remains. An old sight by now. I still don't remember how I lost it, or what happened to make it look the way it is now. My eyes drag to the pure white ceiling, dull as always. The rest of the room is visible as well, though my numbed conscience doesn't register it well. No point in doing it anyways. It's pretty much goddamn empty, aside from myself and the other guy. Fuck! No, seriously, each jolt is a bundle of uncanny sensations. If this was an operation on my body, then it wouldn't have felt so removed from human sensation. The electric spasm pierces my brain, a worm wriggling its way through its slimy crevices, my mind feeling this effect at an unsynchronized pace. Maybe it's my nerves that feel it first, or perhaps my brain. I can't tell. As I've said, time isn't a concept that exists here. How does that work? Hell if I know. I don't understand the first thing about this place. All I know is that I don't remember much about my life before I arrived here, and that a unit of time that may have been a day, that may have been yesterday, could just as well have happened before a day that may have happened a millennium ago, rather than today. Alright, we're done for the session. You should go rest. Just the words I was waiting for. I get up as soon as they wash over my mind, ignoring the discomfort caused by the forced telepathic link. I'm used to it by now. Not even bothering to look at the despicable figure of the one who was performing the metaphysical operation on me, I barely manage to keep my composure as I make my way to the exit. Are you sure your functions are in good order? You may wait here for a few moments and adjust your control over your physical vessel before going back to your quarters. Oh, shut the fuck up. I don't want to listen to you. I despise ever coming into contact with you. I don't want to be around you a single fraction of a second longer. I hope you just up and disappear one day. I wish we'd never met in the first place. If only I could say it and change anything with those words. But it's not like it doesn't know how I feel. I force a smile, my facial muscles going through an almost visceral reaction of protest, turning my head as the door opens automatically. I'll show decent courtesy, but I still don't want that piece of metadimensional garbage in my sight. I'll be fine, thank you. You have your job as well, right? So no need to worry about me. I'll go run on the treadmill or something a bit later. I'll be just like you. I answer dispassionately. I still can't hear my voice well. I turn back around, stepping through the exit. I don't bother waiting for an answer, waving the sensor above the frame to close the door. The darkened corridor lights up with a neon white as soon as I'm out of the surgery room, and I fall to my knees exhausted. Well, exhausted is the only word I can use here, no matter how inaccurate it may be. It's such a frustrating feeling. My body is fine, my muscles and bones are in perfect condition, and I am not tired in any way. My hearing and eyesight are foggy, but that much is normal. It is still a human body. That said, my control over my own self is shakier than ever. I try to bend my knee, only to discover my toes curling instead. I try to blink, but in place of my eyelids closing, my mouth opens up, air entering my lungs as it filters through my dry lips, some silver and obsidian hair strands slipping in as they get in the way of the airflow. A simple, pure white sheet of fabric covers my body, reaching just below my knees. I'm used to this discomfort by now. I only need a few moments to readjust my control over my muscles, remembering how my body works from instinct rather than practice or memory. It takes a while to register it, due to the constant throbbing pain in my head, but the floor is squeaking under my stumbling. I was already down on my face before I realized it, my bare feet digging into the synthetic material that the entire corridor is made out of. Alright, I think I got it. Come on. Saying those words out loud didn't really do much, as getting back on my feet turns out to be as much of an ordeal as I expected. I grabbed the hallway's small ledges, about 1 meter above the ground on the otherwise smooth walls. Fortunately, once that is done, the rest isn't that much trouble. As I've already said, my body's not tired. Making the journey to my room only takes a couple of minutes. Opening the door with a hand wave, I make a beeline for the bed and crash on it. My feet vaguely register the comfy sensation of the carpet on the way there, though it's weak, as if a thick membrane covers my skin. I'm not sure how long I lay unmoving. The incinerating sensation in my nerves doesn't settle no matter how much I focus on calming down. But it might be because focusing on a banal thing, such as recovering, feels a little pointless at the moment. The images that kept surfacing during the surgery keep coming back, one by one, trying to find a logical order to settle into. I have the odd feeling that I'd normally be voicing my joy at such an excellent event, but any new experience should be treated with caution. What I'm talking about are, of course, my memories. Up until recently, I couldn't remember much of my life. Alright, that's not entirely accurate. I do remember remembering it, but the recollections of the specific events are no longer with me. Episodic memories, is that what they are called? They've slowly been draining away as my reforging surgeries have been progressing. I still have no idea what that process is supposed to do in exact detail, by the by, aside from the fact that it's apparently attuning me to the void. Not like I remember ever wanting any of that, but here we are. At least it's not the worst case scenario. I don't think. But about the images. They're segmented and mostly incoherent, so calling them memories is a little overstatement. But I can for sure tell that they're mine. No logical explanation there. I just know it. They must be. Now, I obviously would like to keep my own memories. They're usually nothing but a distant dream, blurred by the insurmountable lack of connection to them. But that is not true right now. Not right after a surgery. The fact that my sight is completely darkened, my face buried deep in my pillow, makes my focus on my own state that much sharper. I squirm around to lay on my back and open my eyes slowly. The throbbing in my head is mostly gone, so my eyesight is sturdy. While the walls and floor are a dull grey, the furniture, which only consists of my bed and a bedside table, is significantly less gentle on the eye, being a solid white, just like the sheet that I'm wearing. On the bedside is a digital tablet, its screen completely transparent, the only solid color being the cylindrical spine. That one is white as well, naturally. I grab it sluggishly, and only then do I try to right my body. Emphasis on try. I end up staying face up, no sitting up or being vertical. I might have to take it easy for now. Letting the device rest on my chest, I reach my right hand, my single, good hand, out and thrust it towards the empty air. The space cracks around my fingers, hand, and then elbow as I keep pushing, entering an extra-dimensional space. It only takes a few seconds to find what I was looking for, the dark purple crystal in my hand shining eerily as I retrieve it. The crack in the air bends itself as if time ran backwards, making it disappear without a trace. I gently attach the stone to the tablet's spine, which causes the screen to light up. No matter how much I hate this place, I cannot help but be thankful for how convenient the devices here are. The tech back outside, or inside, rather, was excellent, but hardly made for convenience. The tablet's HUD can be navigated telepathically, so I can easily open up a note tab. I have to stop for a moment and wonder what this would all look like from an outsider's perspective. An amputee with abnormally long hair lying in what can only look like an under-equipped hospital room, pulling a crystal out of thin air, shoving it into a transparent tablet, and then navigating its screen without even touching it. I'm a little self-conscious, but all in all, it's not too bad. I thought it would have ended up being a tad more off-putting. My appearance aside, I suppose. I refocus my vision, checking out the faint reflection in the crystal screen. Pure black eyes stare back at me, and a face that is ironically much healthier than I remember is outlined by the light. The white strands in my normally pitch black hair are new. Its length has changed as well, it being almost longer than I am tall now. My skin is quite a bit paler, but the sharpness I'm so familiar with is the same, albeit slightly duller, aside from the bags under my eyes and the wrinkles on my forehead. I stare at the tablet for a few more moments, the cursor blinking with a calming regularity. I take a deep breath and, right away, words start appearing on the screen at a brisk pace, my thoughts being transcribed without delay. If my memories are bound to completely disappear, then the best thing I could do right now is take advantage of these short moments when they resurface and write them down. I don't know how much this will do for me, but there is no denying that they do need to be preserved. I'll think about the details later. I'll see what I can remember for now, even if it's nothing but gibberish.